Have you ever thought about what the most profound gift you could possibly offer might be? I mean, something so powerful it could literally change your destiny for countless lifetimes? Not jewels or flowers, but an idea. Today, we're diving into an absolutely remarkable story from the Maharatna Kuta Sutra about a group of celestial beings who did just that. And in return, they received an astonishing prophecy directly from the Buddha. So that's the big question here, right? How can a conversation, a deep philosophical explanation of reality, be considered an offering so great that it earns a prophecy of future Buddhahood? It's a really fascinating idea that kind of challenges our whole concept of what a truly valuable gift can even be. And it really gets to the heart of what matters most. Okay, so our story begins at this grand assembly with the Buddha. You gotta picture the scene. You've got countless beings gathered around, demigods, dragons, celestial spirits, you name it. And one by one, the Buddha is granting them prophecies, literally foretelling their future enlightenment. This is an event of cosmic significance, for sure. Now, watching all of this go down is a massive group of heavenly beings. And when I say massive, I mean 800 million of them, from a place called the Guangguo Heavens, or the Heavens of Abundant Fruit. They're just there, witnessing history being made. And as they watched all these other beings receive such a profound honor, they didn't get jealous, not at all. They were just deeply inspired. A really powerful aspiration started to bubble up inside them. They wanted to do the same thing. They wanted to make an offering and receive their own prophecy from the Blessed One. But what on earth could they offer that would actually stand out in a crowd like this? And this is where their story takes a really cool turn. See, instead of running off to gather material gifts, the usual incense, flowers, or jewels, they decided their offering was going to be something totally different. It would be a demonstration of their profound understanding of reality itself, an offering of pure, unadulterated wisdom. And this contrast is absolutely crucial. On one hand, you have the typical worldly offerings. They're external, they're material. But what the Guangyu Heavens were presenting was something completely internal, something deeply profound, their actual insight into the fabric of existence. It's a whole different ballgame. So what did they talk about? Well, their whole discourse was centered on what we think of as a self. They broke it all down using this concept of the 5 aggregates. These are basically the 5 components that make up our entire experience of being. You've got our physical body, our feelings, how we perceive things, our thoughts and intentions, and then our underlying consciousness. It's everything we think of when we say the word me. To explain this, they use this absolutely brilliant metaphor. They said that all the things we experience are like an empty fist. Think about it. You can see the shape of a fist. It looks solid, but if you open the hand, there's nothing actually inside. It's such a powerful image, right? It suggests that all these things we grasp onto so tightly in our own lives, maybe they aren't quite as solid as we think. And they really elaborated on this. They explained that all phenomena are like a dream, so vivid while it's happening, but ultimately fleeting. That nothing, including ourselves, has some fixed, separate identity. And then they went even further. They said that even big concepts like Buddha or enlightenment are in the end just labels we use. True reality, they argued, is way beyond all these dualistic ideas of birth and death or good and bad. I mean, what a stunningly deep presentation. So, after they finished their profound discourse and praised the Buddha, all 800 million of the Guangguo Heavens fell silent. They just waited for a response. The entire assembly was watching. How would the Buddha possibly react to such an unconventional offering? And his response was so simple, but just packed with meaning. He didn't give a speech. He didn't make some grand gesture. He just smiled. A serene, all-knowing smile. Well, this, of course, left everybody wondering, what in the world did that smile signify? The tension must have been incredible. Finally, a disciple named Ma Sheng, or Ashwajit, voiced the question that was on everyone's mind. He asked the Buddha to please explain the reason for his smile. And so the Buddha began to decode his silent response. He explained that a Buddhist smile is never just a smile. It's never without a reason. In fact, it's a very specific kind of message about the future, a language all its own. He revealed that there are actually 3 distinct types of smiles, and each one corresponds to a different kind of prophecy. The lowest smile, that's for hearers, those who achieve enlightenment by listening to teachings. The middle smile is for solitary Buddhas, those who figure out the path on their own but don't really teach others. But the highest smile? That one is reserved for those destined to become supreme, fully enlightened Buddhas who will teach all beings. And then the Buddha explained what everyone had seen. The light that emanated from his smile had re-entered his body right through the crown of his head. This was the unmistakable sign. His smile was the highest type, a direct prophecy that the Guangwo heavens would, without a doubt, achieve supreme Buddhahood. But the prophecy didn't just stop there. Oh no. The Buddha then laid out all the magnificent details of their future, a destiny they had earned through their profound wisdom and literally eons of practice. He revealed that this wasn't some spontaneous achievement. For 36 Asamkhya Kalpas, I mean, a length of time so vast it's basically meaningless to even try and count it, it's like trying to count the drops of water in all the oceans. They had been cultivating this very wisdom, making offerings just like this to countless Buddhas of the past. And the sheer scale of this prophecy is just staggering. This wasn't for one or two of them or even a select few. Every single one of the 800 million Guangzhou heavens who made this offering would, in a future age, achieve perfect and complete enlightenment. An entire collective, all bound for the highest possible goal. The details were so specific. They would all share the same name as Buddhas, Sunlight Wheel. They would appear in a future age called Victorious Golden Banner. Their lifespans would be immeasurable, and their followers would be completely countless. Their amazing offering of wisdom had secured a truly glorious destiny. And this brings us right back to where we started. The story of the Guangwo heavens really challenges us to think about what true value is. You know, in a world that's so often focused on material wealth and external things, this ancient story suggests that maybe the deepest, most profound offering we can possibly make is the cultivation and the sharing of wisdom. It kind of leaves us with a question to ponder, doesn't it? What is the most valuable thing you have to offer?